YouTube world? It's your girl Marley Badu coming at you with another YouTube video, and this time I'm going to be talking about basic training. So if you don't know, as I stated in my other videos, I am in the Army. I've been in the Army for 3 years going on. I can't recollect the entire time, but around 3 years. And I started off basic training in Fort Leonard, Missouri. So that's where I started my basic training at. And pretty much, I'm just gonna give you a rundown of what to expect, give you advice on what to do, mistakes that I've made myself, and how you can come out of it a warrior, how you can come out of it a different person. So this is what this video is gonna be about. Excuse my hair. I'm trying to do this thing where I love my natural hair, and I'm loving it. And it's Corona, so I'm not letting nobody twist my locks right now. So let's get into it. So when you first arrive at basic training, they have you on this bus, and this bus is packed because you're coming from wherever your hometown or whatever, and they put you guys all on this bus, and you all arrive at basic training. Like, you arrive at the reception center. And when you arrive at the reception center, everybody comes at different times. Everybody's gonna arrive at different times. And you just sit in kind of like this, kind of like a classroom, like not a classroom hall, but like an auditorium. Like, this is at Fort Leonard. So I don't know about any other bases. So it's like this little auditorium area. And you sit there and you wait for the whole group, the collective, to come. So one by one, you guys start coming in. You guys take seats. You know, they just tell you what to expect, what to empty out your luggage. Now, before you arrive at Fort Leonard, they tell you, or basic training in general, they tell you do not bring much. You do not want to pack much from home. I know you're going to miss your things. I know you're going to want your things, but do not pack much because they are going to trash it. I have a friend who actually brought so much makeup stuff, so much luggage, and they made her throw it all away. Vitamins, all that stuff. They do not care. If it's not prescribed to you, you cannot bring it. I don't care if it's facial wash, African soap, like whatever you trying to do, your little programming, they are going to strip you raw. You cannot do that. They will provide you with the shopette later on, and you can pick up hygienic products. But coming into it, do not bring anything. That is rule number one. Just bring basic necessities like underwears, bras, and I don't even know why you would bring an outfit. An outfit would probably be for the end of basic training. So you can bring like 1 or 2 outfits. Other than that, pack light. Pack light. So that's what you want to do. So you want to pack light. You arrive at this little auditorium area and you sit down. I arrived personally myself at night. I arrived at nighttime, and it was like 3 people there. It wasn't a lot of people there. And they wait for everybody to come so they can place you into dormitory housing. So you go into the housing until the next morning where reception is going to start. So everybody comes together and they place you in this open bay. Like, you go to the housing, but before they put you in your rooms, this is what happened to me. Before they put you in your rooms, they have to do like a roll call. So once they feel like everybody is here off their list that's supposed to be arriving today, then they go ahead and have you guys walk over to the housing area where you're going to be staying at, the bays, and then they line you up around the corner and stand in the line, and you got to have like a form of identification so they know that it's you. And they come through and they call off names. The drill sergeant, you're going to have a drill sergeant. It wasn't pretty bad arriving. The drill sergeant didn't yell down my throat, act crazy or nothing. They was just like, empty everything, throw stuff away that's not prescribed to you, hair lotion products, all that stuff, trash it if it's not a necessity, like it's mandatory needed. So when I first got there, I stood around the corner with my identification paper, whatever they had gave me. I stood with that, and they called roll call, and they said, hey, you're going to this bay. You go into this bay. You go into this bay. Pick a bed. You know. And they split us up by how much people it was. So we go into our bays. You pretty much not really getting any sleep because they finna wake you up in like 3 hours. And because by the time everything's done and everything's processed and everybody arrives, it's going on like, for me, it was going on like 1 in the morning. By the time they switched, because it was over flooded. So when I went, it was 2017. It was over flooded. Like, we were all supposed to go to Jackson, and it was overpacked. So they sent us to Fort Leonard Wood. So that was an issue within itself, and the bays were flooded. So by the time they sorted through all the people who were supposed to be there, it was heads and beds, and it was like 1 a.m. So you pick your bed, your bunk bed, and you put your stuff in the locker, and day one happens. And you wake up, and probably like there's gonna be people who are I forgot the name of them. They're like dorm leaders, like older soldiers who've been there in reception longer than you. They're like probably holdovers. They probably had a medical issue. They probably hurt themselves during basic, so now they're sitting here on this extra duty. I wouldn't say extra duty. They just got this duty of monitoring us because they've been there before. They've done it already. So because of that, they'll be like pulling fire guard because we don't know anything about fire guard at the moment. We don't know anything about that. So they were pulling fire guard, like watching us sleep, coming in and out, monitoring us, watching us sleep. And then at like, I think it was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, all hell broke loose. It was, get up, wake up, get out of your bed right now. Lights came on, everybody just like tired of shit, because we coming from a scheduled program that we had as a civilian to just them yelling, wake up, get up, da 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 da, wake up, get out of your bed, da da da. And so you gotta hurry up and get up and roll call. You know what I'm saying? And then they take roll call, and then it's off to breakfast. And when you do breakfast, we didn't really do PT for the first day. Not that I recall. I could be wrong, but I don't remember doing PT the first day. I remember them just trying to get us situated in reception. They weren't really big on all that other stuff right now. So we wake up, and then, oh yeah, we did do PT, but it wasn't the first day. So we wake up, and they take us to chow. We go get breakfast. We come back. You got a hit time. So one thing you're going to learn about the Army is be where you're supposed to be and be there on time and be in the right uniform. They're going to tell you that. They're going to drill that in your head as well as the soldier's creed that whole time you're in reception. They are going to drill that in your head. Be where you're supposed to be. Make sure you're on time and in the right uniform. Period. That's all they really care about. And so they gave us time to go get changed into our uniforms. Or was it? No, it wasn't uniforms. They gave us, what did we have on? I'm trying to remember what we had on because they had to assign us uniforms. I think we just had, I'm positive we had PTs, or we might have just got issued, from my understanding, like one pair of PTs or something like that. Like you get a pair of PTs and you go to reception, and after chow, you go to reception and you sit there and you pretty much wait. You know what I'm saying? Like you wait in this reception hall, and inside this reception is like everything that you're going to do for that week. They got the shot area where you go get shots, medical, hearing, you go to vision, you go to clothing. Everything's in there. Everything's in there. Even the chow hall, everything's there. And sometimes they'll pull you into an auditorium to have like little talks about SHARP, and that's the sexual harassment and rape prevention, I think. Or I'm probably saying that wrong. But they talk about they give you different segments at a time. They have different people come above you and give you segments of what to expect going into basic training. And this is what's happening in reception. So you sit in this little waiting area, and they make y'all snake a line and sit down, and they give you a green duffel bag. And this is where you're going to put all your belongings. This is where all your stuff is going to go. They also go around handing you different things as a part of your gear, what you're supposed to have. And they're also at the same time trying to get all your paperwork situated. So reception is pretty much a crazy rush of everything because they're trying to do it within a week and send you out to whatever company you're going to. So in that week, you sit there, you can't talk, you're not supposed to talk. They give you a little pamphlet book, and I wish I could find my book out. It's probably somewhere downstairs. But it's a little book, and it's the little blue book that tells you everything that you need to know before you leave up out of here. This will help you at basic training. It tells you what to expect, the warrior ethos, and that's the sayings that they want you to memorize. the Soldier's Creed, most of us spent time sitting there reading through that book, learning the Soldier's Creed, because that's what they said. If you don't know it, it's going to be a problem. You're not going to graduate basic if you don't know the Soldier's Creed. They beat this in your head. And the drill sergeants, they just walk around and just monitor. They try to catch you slipping. Who finna talk? Who finna talk so I can make an example out of them? Who finna get out of line? Who finna get out of pocket? Now, my basic training was wild. Like, reception was wild. Like, it wasn't as bad, but it was wild. Like, we just had a group of kids that just ain't care. Like, they just ain't care, to be honest with you. So, day one was kind of good. We pretty much, that's what we did. We went and got our dog tags. They went and did paperwork with finance. They do paperwork to make sure you got all your documents that you're supposed to have. And if you're missing any documents, they give you time to get it, time to obtain it. And that's what they're looking for, making sure we got our soldier prepared to step out into basic training. And ain't nothing missing, no loose strings, no loose ends. So that's pretty much what you do. And my reception week, I'm just going to give you my experience. We wasn't allowed to talk, we wasn't allowed to do nothing, but we studied the Soldier's Creed. And in between that, I would kind of like chit chat and laugh and, you know, talk to some friends. I made some cool friends, and they still my dogs to this day. Like, that's where my heart was at. That's my real friendships that I made at that moment in reception, because those were the people who just, we coming into this world lost together. We don't know nothing about the Army. We don't know nothing about what we finna go through. And we just bonded. We had funny personalities. We wanted to laugh, be cool about stuff, make this a good experience. And some people, they weren't here for that. Some people were serious. Like, don't talk to me. I'm taking this serious because my daddy's daddy and my daddy's daddy's daddy was in the military, and I got a point to prove. Don't say nothing. Don't look. I'm finna be, you know what I'm saying? They was like that. And then some people who was really shy and withdrawn and reserved because they couldn't deal with social environments. Like, you have all of those. And then you had the people who wanted to fight. Me, I wasn't a person who wanted to fight, but the issue was I wasn't a person who would stand by and let somebody be bullied. Like, I hated that. Like, I dealt with bullying growing up. I dealt with my own issues growing up with people just clicking up, and I hate that. So, and I hate for somebody to feel like they're at their wit's end, or they want to commit suicide, or they sad. So that was my mistake. This is why I say I'm going to tell you my mistakes. Don't make the mistakes I made. That was my mistake. I took up for people who I should have just minded my business. I should have just stayed out of it, because some people play victim, and some people will make you think, hey, this person bullying me, when really they want that attention. They want that drama. They want to be, you know what I'm saying? So you can't save everybody. You got to worry about why you there, your reasons of being there, what's on the line for you if you lose this, and what's going to motivate you to keep going. That's all your focus should be on. So I didn't know that at the time, because I'm coming from a street background. I'm coming from the hood. I'm coming from, you know, an unorthodox type background. So I ain't really have no values at the moment. You know what I'm saying? They had to instill those in me. They had to break that mentality out of me. So I still was ready. It's like, who messing with you, girl? Like, y'all better leave her alone. Like, that's what one, my mistake was. Two, at that time, like, a lot of people was doing stupid stuff, and it got them in trouble. Some people will argue with other people, and then they go sneak off in the bathroom and fight. We had a boy go in the bathroom and fight, and people was coming out bloody. I have no idea what happened to them. I know one person stayed, and the other person, I don't know if they moved him or he got held back, because that's possible. You can be recycled back into reception. So, I don't know. But it just prolongs everything for you, and you don't want to go through that. Throughout the other days, you pretty much starting to get a rhythm of what basic training is going to be like. You wake up in the morning, you go to chow, you do PT, you know what I'm saying? And now you're going to get your uniform. It's starting to get real. You're getting your patches, and you're getting a little excited, you know what I'm saying? Like, they telling you, questioning you. The drill sergeants had you line up on the wall, and they point at you and ask you a question to see where your knowledge at, what you really studying, what you really doing. And that's what it's doing, building character. We seeing who the alpha females is. We seeing who gonna take the right path. We seeing who gonna act the fool. We monitoring. That's what the drill sergeants do. They don't really do too much yelling in reception. Like, honestly, they don't really do too much yelling in reception. It's not that bad. It wasn't that bad for me, because they too busy trying to get work done. They will yell at ones and twosies, but it really wasn't that bad as basic. So After that, you get all your stuff, and then it's towards the end of the week. This is all processing paperwork. You making friends, getting stuff done, glasses, shots. That's all it's about. Everybody got to get that little shot in the booty, peanut butter shot. I didn't have to because I have a psyllin allergy, so I'm allergic to penicillin, amoxicillin, all the psyllin families. So I didn't have to get it. So keep that in mind. don't lie, but I'm just saying if you do got the allergy, yeah. So everybody get their shots, whatever they weigh in, and then boom, they come by on the last day of reception, and you stand under a pavilion, and they stand you up in alphabetical order by your name, and then they go around and give you these different color tapes. It's like a black tape, it's a red tape, it's a green tape, whatever. And they pass you out different tapes, different drill sergeants passing you out these tapes. And the tape is going to be what company you're about to go to. This is about to be what company you go to. So they pass you these tapes, and you're supposed to wrap it around your green duffel bag. And by now, this duffel bag is heavy. You done put everything in there for the week. All your clothes, your PTs. You got like 3 pairs of PTs and long sleeves, short sleeves. You got your uniform, your OCPs. You got the thermals underneath. You got socks. You got boots. You got everything in this bag, and it's heavy. And you just got to stand there until this bus of drill sergeants come to yell in your face and welcome you to basic training. So you stand on this pavilion with your dog tags out, and you stand there, and you got to be straight faced. You can't talk. If they catch you talking, you getting smoked. They catch you whispering, any of that, smoke. Drop. Give me 50. Drop. So I wasn't talking, I wasn't saying nothing. I kind of got away with a little snicker when somebody got in trouble, but I really I'm trying to get up out of here. So, and I was nervous because I was not in shape. I didn't know how to do push-ups. I just wasn't a workout person. I was always skinny, so I didn't need to work out. I didn't need to do any of that. I didn't think health was that important until I got to basic. So, what ended up happening is the drill sergeants get off on this little white school bus, and you just see these drill sergeants with these hats with the little medallion in the center, and these kind of cowboy hat, and it's tied underneath here, and they look very intimidating, and they stoic face, just getting all in your face. See what's up with her. Are you smiling? Is something funny? That's what they gonna do. And they want to see what you're gonna say. No, just sergeant, nothing funny. You know what I'm saying? And then they trying to see who gonna break, who gonna get them an attitude, because that's the one they want. They like, oh yeah, I want you, because now I'm finna make basic training live in hell. I'm finna mess it up for you, because you think you bad. You know what I'm saying? You showing me you an alpha. Okay, let's get it. I want that one. So they take their cards and they see who match. You know what I'm saying? Who they trying to get. So they like, oh, you in my group, take this yellow tape. You in my group, take this black tape. You in my... Now they split you up by the tapes, and that's which company you go to. And soon as you get off the bus, they put you on this bus and they drive you. It's really on the same base, but the drive feels so long, and they tell you put your head into your luggage. Like, don't look at nothing. Put your head into your luggage. Like, don't look where you going. And the reason why I feel like they tell you that is because they know it's on the same base, but they want you to think you going far away on this trip, just to mind mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Screw with your mind. And they like, put your head in your bags, and I bet not see none of y'all look up. So I'm like this in my bag, with my head in my bag. But you can see outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can see you really going 10 minutes up the corner. So I know I'm still, now that I'm in the Army, I know that I'm still on the same base. I know I went far from the reception. So you get to this bubble, this big old tent bubble thing, and it's just sitting, looking like an experiment, like some type of alien experiment I'm about to walk into. I ain't know what to expect. So they like, get off the bus right now. Everybody get off the bus. So we all running, trying to get off the bus. And they're like, you better make it to where I make it before I do.
When I blow my whistle, you will secure your bags and move onto the drill pad. Some of them won't know how to handle it. Some will end up just flat out saying they quit right here today. Some of them are going to be scared, some excited, and some aren't going to know what they just signed up for.
Like they're telling you all that. So We trying to like run with this luggage, and you see people falling behind, you see people dragging. We got little short people like 4'9", 5'2", and they trying to drag this luggage that's as tall as them, and they tripping, and they falling, and right then they breaking people. You know what I'm saying? Because they running up on them. You better pick it up, it's yours. You better grab it, it's yours. They doing all that stuff. So you gotta just, hey, I can do this. You got to tell your mind, this is only temporary. Do not take this personal. Do not take it to heart that this person is yelling at me and little specks of spit is flying on me. You got to think about the bigger goal. I am here to make a way for my family. I am here to get out of my situation. I am here to become something. I am here because my life needs purpose and meaning. You have to keep that in your mind, because they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you, focus on the bigger picture. Focus on your dream. Focus. No, they trying to break you. The job of a drill sergeant is to break you down mentally to where you are in an unbearable living condition and build you back up. Because when they break you down like that, you'll do anything just to be in good graces because you are tired of the punishment. So that's their job. But they love you. They care about you. They don't love you probably. They care about you and what you become. But their job right now is to tear you down to shreds and tear all that mentality you had in the streets, tear all that thought process you had, and put inside of you soldier mentality, soldier training, soldier ways. So they tell you to go into this bubble, and you go into this bubble, and they like, put your bags down. All of a sudden, it's called a shark attack. Everybody swarm different soldiers. There's drill sergeants everywhere. Swarming soldiers. There's 2 drill sergeants at once yelling in the soldier's ear. Pick it up, bro. Pick it up. Put it back. Get down. Drop. Oh, you smirking? Drop. It's going so crazy that you just really praying. Luckily, no drill sergeant approached me. I don't know why. Maybe I just looked unapproachable. I don't know. But in the shark attack, nobody said nothing to me. And I made sure I kept a straight face. I was like, the whole time. I ain't smirk. I ain't make eye contact with none of them. I was just breathing. Controlling my breathing. Like, don't have a panic attack. Don't trip on these people right now. So I'm watching them swarm everybody. I mean, it's like 3 drill sergeants at once sometimes. 1 in the back of the head, 2 right here. And they going in, and people just breaking like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Oh, do you want to put it down? Do you want to pick it up? And they just like, oh, you about to cry? Get down and drop, push up. And I'm just like, Lord, I pray they don't come near me, because I can't do no push up. Like, they finna be mad, because it's over, baby. It's over. You can send me home right now.
Let me see that belly roll. 1 tubby. 1, sir. Come on, pork chop. 2 chubby.
So luckily, I didn't get attacked in Shark Tank, but a lot of people that I was cool with, they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got it bad, so they was already defeated. That's step 1 of the breaking. So then the drill sergeants come around in the middle, and they say the NCO's creed and the soldier's creed, and they showing you what you about to be learning. They tell you to sit down, crisscross applesauce in these little pebble rocks in this bubble, and they just talk to you about what you about to expect, what they need to know, if anybody got prior service. They're going to ask you if anybody has relatives in the military, because they want to see who kind of got the gist and how many people in the blind and what they can really pull on y'all. Because if y'all raise y'all hands that, oh, all my family in the military, and it's about 20 of them, they like, dang, they probably know. Their parents already, you know what I'm saying, these are the ones we got to really like. So they got to know how they finna set this up. So they ask you all these questions. They tell you what to expect, what you're not going to do, how your schedule going to go. And then they tell you that we tell you when to sleep. But we going to make sure you get sleep. If you think you got insomnia, if you think you got a problem with sleeping and staying up, we gonna run you down until you learn how to just fall asleep anywhere. Which is what soldiers, we know how to do. We could fall asleep anywhere now. I could fall asleep standing up. I could fall asleep leaning against a wall. I could fall asleep right now, like if I wanted to. Like, it's just they exhaust your body so much and wake it up at so many different times that you can just, anytime you sleepy, anytime it can kick in. So they finna tell you that, hey, we finna work y'all. We finna break y'all up in groups. This is what you expect. We finna do a drug test. And if you fail this drug test, we give you 3 months, or I think it's 30 days, and we come back and do another drug test. And you fail that, you out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, they give all these different scenarios of what this is going to be like. And then they tell you who you assigned to, which drill sergeant, and you go to the company. I was in Foxtrot 787 company, and it was hell. I'm not gonna lie, it was hell. I had some cool drill sergeants that rocked out. Like, they were cool. But I just couldn't get along with female drill sergeants. Like, I don't know. I learned at basic I was an alpha female. Because if I don't believe in something and I feel like something is wrong, I'm going to speak up. I don't care who it is because I'm grown. That's the difference. Because I joined the military when I was 26. So a lot of people who was joining with me was like 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? You could easily get in their heads and break them and manipulate them. I have already lived a life. I know what it means to be a civilian on the outside and work a civilian job, multiple jobs, have bills, have responsibilities, be accountable for myself and my kids. I knew what it was like to be on the outside world, and I knew how to survive anything. So you couldn't just get in my head and just make me believe that if this failed, I'm going to go back and work at McDonald's or this is going to happen to me. It just wasn't working for me. And they hated that. They would do stuff to try to break me, and I wouldn't budge emotionally. Honestly, I'm just trying to get out of here. I wasn't with all that. You going to make me cry. You going to make me feel a certain. I don't care. Like, I'm not crying. I'm not doing none of that. The only thing that's going to make me cry is going to church because I miss the Lord. Period. So it's like, they were trying to do stuff like that, and me and the female drill sergeants just wasn't rocking. But one thing I can say is you could be an alpha female in your own right? Because I'm still an alpha female. That's not going to ever change about me. Feel me? That's my personality. But it's a time and place for everything, and that's what I had to learn. You can't be combative when this is this person's job to break you. You just got to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Just, yes, drill sergeant, no drill sergeant. Because it's only temporary. It's going to last 3 months, and you're going to be out of here. Just let this time fly. Build yourself. Take time to build your spirit, man. Don't let this wear on you and you take it personally. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself you're a winner. Tell yourself you're a boss. See yourself graduating. That's what I had to do. See myself graduating in my dress blues. See myself and yelling with my friends and screaming saying I did it. I had to keep doing that because these female drill sergeants, bro, they something else. Like, some of them are toxic. Some of them do have insecurities, and they project it out on soldiers. They make soldiers feel like shit. When I understand it's okay to break us down, but some of them go too far. You know what I'm saying? Talk about how your hair is. I had a drill sergeant talk about black women's hair, which is very, like, that's an EO complaint. It's out of pocket, very out of pocket. But they did it, you know what I'm saying? Because they own insecurities. But I had to not take it personal because this is something they dealing with. They probably was bullied by black women when they was in basic training, or they probably had issues with black women in their childhood, or in their life was probably a problem to them. They probably bothered them. So I couldn't take it personal. I just knew, like, in the beginning, I knew she wasn't talking to me. Like, that was my attitude. Like, you ain't talking to me. I know you ain't saying. So I was raising hell until I realized that I was in the wrong. Like, time and place. And how you defeat that is you go in the world and you become an NCO or a drill sergeant, you be better than that. That's how you win a battle. You don't win a battle by trying to fight in a war that wasn't set up for you to win. So I had to learn that. That was mistake number 2. Trying to be combative, be an alpha female against my superiors. Some, like I said, female drill sergeants were really toxic. They treated the dudes better than they treated females. They talked about our hair. You have on too much lip gloss for them. Like, it could just be you put on a little bit of lip gloss, but they feel like it's too popping and you getting attention, they gonna take it off. Or if you tell them your hair a certain texture and you can't just put water and grease on it and you can't just do that, they want to say, well, you're going to have to make it shake. You're going to have to do what you got to do. But then when you outside in uniform and your hair frizzing up and everything coming loose and somebody else get on you, they want to say, well, I told her to do her ponytail, but I just told you what products I needed because it's not strong enough for my hair. Water and grease ain't going to work for my hair. But they don't care until they get called out for it. So it's like little stuff that's just petty little stuff that they just try to break you. And if you strong and you dealt with a yelling mama or cursing mama, you gonna shake back. You gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? But it's the people who's sensitive, who haven't dealt with that, who gonna really break down. But keep in mind to stay strong. The male drill sergeants, they was pretty cool. Like, I had one incident with one drill sergeant, but I'm not going to speak on it. But other than that, the male drill sergeant is really, really cool. You know what I'm saying? You go through getting smoked every day from this day point. Like, you literally working out all day, every day. Every time they feel like it, you march everywhere. And the boots you have on, they're thick boots. They got weights at the bottom. So you marching everywhere. Everywhere you go, you marching. You got a camel pack on that's full of water. It's a hydration system. and it's full of water, and you pretty much just marching everywhere you going. You building your body up. They take you on ruck marches all the time. You doing PT and working out all the time, but you walking, marching everywhere. That's what's really building your legs. You have PT every day. You're able to go to church on the weekends. If you, it doesn't matter if you're Muslim, Buddhism, Christianity, non-denominational, Pentecostal, whatever it is, they got it. They're going to let you have your time on Sunday. Go to church because it's good for you. And plus, they got cookies. So, sneak a little snack, they got cookies. So that's what we used to do. We used to go to church so we can get cookies because they weren't giving us no snacks. They give you meal bars, but they kind of was arguing about doing that. So I don't even know if they still doing that. They used to give you meal bars, and that was the highlight of our life because you don't get any snacks. It's water and real food. And Marie's and cafeteria food, and that cafeteria food gonna bulk you up. That's how I gained my weight because I was underweight. I had an underweight waiver when I came in because I was 99 pounds. Now I'm like almost 170. So it's like they bulk me up 3 meals a day, and some people get double meal portions. You get MREs when you go on little adventures. So in the beginning, you just working out all the time. They working you out, and conditioning. They giving you speeches. Everybody get divided into a different classroom. So I'm in Foxtrot, but I'm in this classroom, and we're Hellraisers. And then this one is called whatever the group is called. You get to name your group. And we just have talks all the time. She'd take us in the classroom. I had a drill sergeant. She would bring us in the classroom, and she would just have life talks with us, tell us about the military, or she'll tell us what our days would be about tomorrow, what's upcoming, land navigation, where land navigation is towards like, I think 2nd or 3rd month, where you learn how to land nav through the woods using a compass, and they teach you how to do that, and they do competitions to see who come out first. And during that time, you learn cadences. You sing cadences. Every time you marching and you doing stuff throughout basic training, you learning cadences. They're going to sing cadences to keep time going. So while you marching, they teach you a song. You're going to hear the drill sergeant sing it first, and then it's your turn to sing it. And you just learn these cadences, and they make time go by.
Ruin DCT for me! Ruin DCT for me! Now they won't let me live! Now they won't let me live! We used to eat the fact! We used to eat the fact! Then they took it back! Then they took it back! But the Army cares for me! But the Army cares for me!
And they make time go by faster. And by the time you know it, you in bed and you sleepy. Everybody gonna sleep because you tired. And they do picture days. You're able to take pictures. I would suggest do not order no pictures. Do not order no class ring. Do not order because you're never gonna get it. I never got mine. Like I paid $100 and something for all that stuff, and they said, "Oh, we don't have it in time by graduation, so we'll mail it to you." I never got that stuff in the mail, and they just took my money. So I feel like that was a way for the military to get their money back for the money they spent on us. That's just my opinion. So whatever, I never got it. I just would suggest not to do it. Some people probably got theirs, but none of the people I talked to ever received theirs. So that's just that. Maybe they fixed that issue, but that was at the time. They started letting you go to the shop at.
Everybody about to punch you, goof ass. You want to hear baby? Bitch!
You go in groups, like the drill sergeant will march you at different times. They have hit times to go to the shop at where you need to pick up everything you need. Toiletries, tissues, hygienic products, whatever. You can't get no snacks or nothing like that. You just get stuff for you, to your upkeep. You do that, and then they do different runs. You go on runs, and there's A group, B group, C group. A is like fast, B is somewhat fast, like kind of slow pacers, and then C is just slow, like they can't keep up, but they're working on it. They're gonna build themselves. So they put you in different run groups, and by the time it's over, they want you to at least progress up to the next run group. Want you to at least get better. So they keep conditioning you. It's all about breaking you down and conditioning you. You're also, this whole time, doing classes as well. You're going to take classes, you're going to go to vision, and these classes are what's going to make you. Classes are what's going to teach you everything you need to know about the military. You're going to take classes on the land nav, you're going to take classes on SHARP, you're going to take classes on code of conduct, you're going to take classes They just teach you what to expect in the military. Sometimes they'll let you watch a movie that's military based or themed and teach you what you pretty much should be expecting, what life is like. They always have people come and speak to us from different places, and that's kind of what it's about. You have red phase. Red phase is where it's hard for you. You're not really hitting them classes, you really hitting that body. Like, they really breaking your body down, building your body up. They finna smoke you all the time, yell at you all the time. Then there's white phase. White phase is like, it's kind of like, they still yelling and turning up, but it's not as harsh no more. And you kind of got a set schedule and a routine. And then there's blue phase. I hope I'm saying those colors right, red, white, and blue phase. And then there's blue phase. And blue phase is like you about to graduate. It's like the last couple weeks. And it really like, they learned you, they learned your character, you done took PT tests, you done passed the PT test, you done did what you need to do, and now they trying to ease you on out to AIT. Tell you what to expect. They start asking about your MOS, they see who infantry, because they love infantry, and they see whatever they are. I'm a 92 Alpha, and I'm going to do another video on 92 Alpha, but I don't want to run this video too long. Blue phase is where you pretty much, you at the end, you complete, you start getting your dress blues, you start getting your shoes, you start kind of having chill days where they let you do stuff on your own, you know what I'm saying? Like, not too much free roam, but they give you a little bit more freedom. And they tell you what to expect at AIT. So pretty much throughout that whole thing in basic training, you are getting conditioned, broke down, broken back up. And in the end, to congratulate your completion, they pretty much take you on this long behind ruck march. I think it's like 5-mile ruck march one time, one day, 1 week. And the next week is like a 12-mile, something like that. I really don't know. I really don't remember. I just know that shit was long as hell. Like, it's long. It's a ruck march with all your gear, and you walking about 5-6 miles. And you do this twice. And it's just to build a bond. It's just to show your hoorah into graduation. And then at the end, they have this ceremony. And the ceremony, is to welcome you to being a soldier. You in there now. They do a little kumbaya fire, and they stand around, and they pick 3 soldiers to do the warrior ethos and say what it means. And you pretty much just talk. The drill sergeants talk and tell you why they had to treat you the way they did. They happy to see you made it. They happy to see you congratulated. And Nick and I mean, I forget that.
He looked up at me. He said, "Hey, I can't feel my legs." I said, "Bubba, they ain't there."
I mean, I forget that. You do Nick at Night as well before this little boom fire. Nick at Night is where you gotta crawl in the mud. You gotta crawl from one end of a field all the way over to the other end, and you got to make it, baby. And you don't know if the drill sergeant finna be beside you because it's dark as hell, and over your head is shooting, shooting lights, all this laser beams, all this crazy stuff. And you got your gear on, and you trying to crawl in this mud, is wet, and you got to crawl from one end of that football field to the other. You can't get up or sit up because you might risk getting yourself hurt or shot at. You got to stay low to the ground and crawl and make it through. Make it through. You got to help your battles. You got to be like, hey, come on, we could do this, and you make it through. And that was a pivotal point for me because I didn't think I was going to make it. I hurt my knee. I hurt my knee. I don't know if I slid my knee on a rock on the ground trying to like low crawl. But as soon as I stopped, the drill sergeant was right over my back, crawling beside me, like, keep going. And I was like, dang, man, these motherfuckers be everywhere. Like, they everywhere, dog. Like, in disguise, like, they just popped up out the dirt. Like, keep going. So I'm just like, all right. So you keep crawling, and you make it to the end. And you out of breath. You tired. You dirty. Dirt all everywhere. You just defeated. And they take your dirty self over to this. You march over to this fire, and they give you your dog tag, shake your hand, another dog tag that's going to connect to your other dog tag, and they shake your hand and they say, welcome to the Army. Like, welcome to being a soldier. You did it, and I'm proud of you. And your drill sergeant give you a little speech. My drill sergeant didn't have much to say to me because me and her almost got into it like a couple times, so she just was like, yeah, all right. Like, I made it. I don't care. But, no, don't be like me. But, yeah, that was pretty much all it was. That pretty much was the end of it. They tell you where you're going for AIT, you get your paperwork and stuff, and then the next day, ship you on out to AIT. So that was my basic training experience. If you have any questions, feel free to write me. I always respond back. Subscribe, like this video, share this video. But this was my basic training experience. I don't know if I missed anything, but I'll touch on it in my AIT. But this is my basic training experience at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri in 2017. So thank you for watching the video, and bye Marley gang. Peace out.